Unfortunately for you, we're still playing this game. You remember this game, right? Right. Remember this giant, and this tower, and these birds? That seem to defy gravity. Damn. What are the lore implications here, Vadi? I don't see this in your video catalog.
No, that was my fault.
Y'all are familiar with the Millwood Greatbow, yeah? It's the Greatbow that has no business existing. FromSoft looked at the 2 Greatbows already in the game and thought to themselves, should we buff these in any way for the upcoming patches? Nah, let's just put another Greatbow in and make that the best one. And let's put it into the DLC so our game becomes pay to win now. At least it's no f***ing golden bars. The Millwood not only has the highest base damage out of all the Greatbows, but it also requires the least amount of stat allocation in order to get the most damage out of it. It's baffling, really. The only thing that the Dragon Slayer and the Oni Slayer can boast over the Millwood is their longer range. This means that their arrows can travel farther before beginning to drop, and their damage falloff is further down range. However, this small downside of the Millwood can be overwritten if you equip the Hawk Ring. Now you can retain your maximum damage at even further distances. Speaking of maximum damage and potential, JellyElite, a cool YouTuber editor bro, made a video all around using the Millwood trying to do just that. He equipped the Morion Blade and Red Tearstone Ring, popped Power Within, used the Dragon Torso Stone, and had a friend use the Lothric War Banner all together to utterly decimate players in a heartbeat. Sounds amazing, right? But let's just say that we're not dirty gankers, right? Let's just say we don't have a friend at our hip with the War Banner, and we don't want to kill ourselves by casting Power Within. Can we still one-shot somebody? In fact, I wanted to take it another step further and ask a question that was probably best left unanswered. How low in soul level can we take this build and still be able to one-shot someone? The answer? Low. Very low. Almost too low. All the way down to soul level 16. You can even go lower in soul level. But I stuck with soul level 16 for convenience reasons. I didn't want to keep seeing the same message saying, unable to use this item effectively with yada yada yada. No, I didn't want that. Start off deprived, get 23 strength, 12 dexterity, put on the Knight's Ring, and there it was. You could go all the way down to soul level 7. Get 14 strength instead. I'm not saying you have to do that, but to each their own. Knight's Ring and Red Tearstone already being a given, the Obscuring Ring is the next absolute must. Now a quick disclaimer, the Obscuring Ring does not make you 100% completely invisible. Your red spirit will disappear from player's sight, yes, but your red aura, the aura you get from the Morion Blade and the Red Tearstone Ring, won't. And especially your arrows too. Someone with a keen eye and a strong nose for bullshit can spot your aura or your arrows if they know what to look for. As for the 4th and final slot, you have 2 options. You have the Flynn's Ring that can give you a tad bit more AR, considering you're not wearing much at all, save for 2 weapons. Or you can put on the Hawk Ring for extended range. The choice is yours. Last but not least, the Millwood Great Arrows do the most damage out of all the Great Arrows. If you do happen to run out of those, then bring the Dragon Slayer Great Arrows as backup. BT dubs, there is a difference between a meth goat and an anorexic reindeer. Okay, if you're a dude and you pop that Dragon Torso Stone, Miyazaki makes you a goat. Have you seen those horns? That's a goat. But if you're a dudette, Miyazaki doesn't give you goat horns. Those are antlers. Tell me these aren't antlers. I dare you. Try me, bitch. Anyways, for the rest of this video, I wanted to try something different. I wanted to try some off-the-cuff commentary to better explain the decisions and mistakes I made for your viewing benefit, to describe the mindset I had when I went into these invasions using this build. How does one invade with this unique playstyle? And let me tell you, it can lead to some interesting encounters that no other part of the game quite offers you. I hope y'all enjoy, and I hope you learned something new. Without any further ado, here we go. And here we'll start off in our first invasion. It's going to start off rather quick. We're here in the Undead settlement on the rooftops. Great places for shooting a Greatbow. To hit at least one of 3 phantoms down there, and there we get the Y2. I can only assume had less than 10 vigor. Understandably so, considering our soul level. Now, as of right now, I'm not pursuing them down under the bridge. We know that there's a bonfire down there, but specifically what I'm waiting for is that the path leading out of the other side of the bonfire door is the pathway that leads up further along the rooftops, where you see that hollow continuing to throw some fire bombs. That direction is where the host and the blue will have to come up from. They have no other place to go unless they choose to drop down from the rooftops and continue down through the Undead settlement level. And lo and behold, here comes the blue. Now, using the power of the Millwood, here on the slow-mo, even if we miss with the Great Arrow, we are going to hit him with the weapon art. Sure, it doesn't kill him, but it knocks him up out of the way, leaving the host by himself. Now he's approaching the NPC Pyromancer, who's just chilling in his cage, and the host is none the wiser to what he's seen so far. I don't even think the arrows and the weapon art, the death of his phantom, and the explosion that happened by his blue has phased him one bit. Alas, butthole. And moving on over to the Cleansing Chapel. And as you can see right here, what I'm doing, I'm trying to size up my opponents before I actually go and take the shot, just to see what's going on with this host and their phantom. How much of a threat are they? What kind of builds are they packing? Their armor, their weapons. The moment you take a shot in these invasions and somebody sees where the arrow comes from, or somebody knows that they've been shot at, then the jig is up. Now right here, I do want to talk about, as we slow down, I do want to talk about a couple of extra points of when it comes to using a Greatbow on someone. Not only do you have to take into account the range, not only do you have to keep yourself buffed with the Dragon Torso Stone, are they in attacking frames? And can you hit them with a headshot? All of these 4 factors can lead to you doing monumental damage to somebody. Boom. 707. Big Ugly is big dead. Now, can we take this host, who is a little disfigured? Can we take him? 489. Can we finish him off? Again, being a hyper build, someone who's wearing no armor, someone who has no health, a brisk wind could blow you over and you would die. Something else you would have to keep mindful of. Another reason to be patient. Moving on over to the Crucifixion Woods, the Holy Swamp. Here we are as a purple this time. Now, this changes from our goal as a red, where we just need to get kills. We see that our Dark Spirit Raphael is going through a little bit of trouble, and little bit is putting it mildly. He is being currently ganked by 2 blues. And we did get at least one of them. The host spots our bullshittery, and we begin our retreat. How do we save our Dark Spirit friend when our build is, it's a pick class? If you ever played Widowmaker, if you ever played the Sniper from TF2, you're a pick class. And if you're not picking off opponents, you are actively a hindrance to other Dark Spirits that are trying to do their job and kill phantoms, blues, and the host. Moving up a little bit forward, we see that a Farron watchdog has appeared. Now, we don't really want to trust too many of these blues. I don't know if you've ever had this experience where sometimes watchdogs of Farron, Aldrich Faithful kind of want to take swings at anybody who isn't them. And considering that I'm a purple, I have no health, I would rather stick closer to my red friend that has been doing as much work as he can. See him giving a good old point down there. Oh, friend, stay away from me. Don't touch me, don't touch me. I helped you, man. Come on. I hope they killed the host. I did my job. Back to the cleansing chapel. There is going to be right here. So as we take a look at the Phantom, he has what I assume to be an Uchigatana, a knight shield, the fallen knight set armor on, and he's got what I think what's that? The brigand hat? Doesn't that seem to you like that's the right weapons and armor you ought to have at this point in time in the game? What is the host doing with Freed's hood? What is the host doing with the Mira chain set and with the Irithyll oak shield? Something's amiss here. As soon as I saw the difference between the two players here, I knew that something was up. Do you see that the Phantom is off in the distance taking on 2 wardens at the same time? It's not looking good for him. But seeing that he's taking on these wardens, I know something. I know that the host will attempt to save him. Now, I already know the Phantom is good as dead. How do I go about getting the host? Well, we have the Millwood, don't we? Get the host the only way we know how. With the weapon art. I shoot it towards the wardens, knowing that the host was going to try to go and run in. That's another GG right there. And now we are further deep into the cleansing chapel. Just this entire level, I think, is just great for this build in particular. The long ranges, the difference in elevations, and you'll see here with this Phantom and Host duo, as I go around this corner, they're approaching my side. There is a lever, and as I turn around, they activate. And much to my bewilderment, somebody gets on it. Oh. That leaves the host all to his lonesome. And yet another Guts cosplay is down. All the way over to the Irithyll dungeon. Keep in mind, we are no longer soul level 16. We've leveled up quite a fair bit. I believe I leveled up to 40 at this time, and I upgraded my Millwood Greatbow to +6. What's very important is that no matter where you are, no matter what level you are, you always have to wait for the perfect shot. Sometimes, what makes this build so difficult but rewarding, is that just because characters move around so frantically that you can't always reliably take a shot and expect it to land. They could be going in one direction, but then they could immediately stop. The next thing you know, you've missed them, and they've seen your arrow shot. Next thing you know, they're Metal Gear Solid on high alert, and you'll never get as good of a shot on them any longer. So take this for example, just like that. I take a shot and it goes right by them. I think the jig is up. Like, I had my shot in this room where they're clearly occupied by high priority mobs, these jailers that actively steal their HP from them. And that was the shot. Now what I have to do is go further into the level, down to, now I'm starting to get into the profane capital. I want to stop them here. This is the room where they can die because their total HP is being taken away from them. I have to hit them, right? Will I be able to take the shot now after that first one? It's all about making a rebound, is trying to find a new angle, using the obscuring ring to your advantage, and here is where I can take that shot again. You see Sarah, the Phantom, over-leveled Phantom, by the way, chucking some pyromancy flame at the jailers. She's doing it the smart way. She's staying away from the jailers not to get instant stun locked by them and potentially killed, instead attacking them by range, but using the pyromancies does leave her incredibly vulnerable to my arrow. And I get them both. And here I invaded the world of the Usual Gamer. You would think that name would be fitting, but this invasion was anything but usual. As I set this build up and just approached the beginning of the level, fix my rings and whatnot, I begin to hear some noise. Down here, down below, I see a red getting wailed on by what I can only assume to be a host and his ganking phantom. But what is so peculiar about this is that the dark spirit is also a summoned dark spirit. You can tell by the blue icon with the armor and the sword going through it that he is over leveled. He is not at our level here in the Cleansing Chapel, around soul level, anywhere between soul level 20 and 30, wherever. This caboose, whoever they are, they were summoned by the host, and for whatever reason, the host and the phantom are taking upon themselves to now kill this said summon, this password summoned dark spirit. Well, you can never pass up a good opportunity to shoot people who not only have the Fallen Knight armor set, but someone who also has the Thrall hood. What if we went to the high wall of Lothric, the very first level in the game? Ooh, that's not going to be a good time, will it? Well, spawning into this world, it's already not looking like a good time much at all. The enemies are already dead around me. As I'm going up the steps, I do see the hosts off on the opposite side of the bonfire towards the dead end part of the map where the shortcut is, and he's actively taking damage. He's actively taking a lot of damage, whoever they are. And that's almost too much damage to be from mobs. That has to be from another dark spirit. There it is. Considering that only 2 dark spirits can invade in the area at the same time, this is my partner. I have to be there for them. Here is where I see something I do not want to see. Trust me, that's not just the sign of Satan. That was just a Hornet Ring riposte. That just happened on Material Void there. We're dealing with a twink host. Advancing forward, I can only wish and hope that maybe he did not die to that. We come over the edge, and there he is. He's actively coming up from the animation. Red goes to heal, and he's able to do that. Now it's down to my turn. Let's go back on the replay and see exactly what I did here. The host was in the middle of a backstab animation of this hollow, which is put him in a very precarious situation. As soon as I knew when he was going to get out of that animation, all I had to do was just let go in the final frames of his backstab. He doesn't know I'm on top of him. He's only looking at the top of the steps where the red just rolled up on, which ended up being his mistake. The host, who also had a Lothric Knight straight sword, by the way, is down for the count. Now, in what I've shown you so far, the invasions have been relatively mild. What happens when you meet a full stop gank? 3 to 4 players, twink weapons, twink armor, and nothing but vitriol and hate for your being. You've met these players. Look at that guy, this Smoes dude with Cestus using Perseverance to chase down someone. Look at this guy. Look, this is what happens. Dragon Slayer Axe, the Iron Shield. Look what is happening to that red. 2 Ultra Greatswords are on him. And 2 people with Dragon Slayer axes, all in one gank. What happens when you meet these people? What happens when you enter into that world? Well, let me just say, I'm not going to beat around the bush, not going to sugarcoat it. You will die more often than not. You know, you thought you were climbing up a hill or a mountain before. You just met Mount Everest. Here we are back in the world. Here we are. And I know these people are here. I have to keep my wits about me, because these people can put me down as soon as they lock sights with me. I'm done for. Now I have the Obscuring Ring on. I'm relatively out of their range. As long as I stay out of line of sight, I might have a chance to maybe regroup with another red. I can only assume that last red is dead. Oh god, here comes the smoke. Better fucking run away, dude. Jesus. Like I was saying before. Oh, no, stay away. Stay away, please. Thank you. Okay. You are asking another invader to put their life on the line for you to make that Wi-Fi shot of the century. And that's not something that every invader could just give to you, man. Like I said before, you are the Widowmaker. You are the sniper from TF2. And if you don't land your shots, then the Gank won. The Gank has already won, probably several times by now. But now they will continue on living, and now they'll just tell the story about how the dragon missed their shot, haha, and then they'll laugh about their day. They'll go back and touch butts with each other. Like, who knows? Here, finally, I get a chance, maybe a little breathing room, to do myself a little dirty, to set up my build for the Hypermode. I don't think they're looking in this direction. I can only hope so. And here comes that opportunity. A purple. Now, in most situations, I would tell you straight up, don't continue any further with this build. If you don't feel confident with using the Millwood Greatbow, you might be doing yourself and your fellow invader more of a disservice by continuing using a build like this than either black crystalline out and letting another invader come in, or you switching to another build entirely, the one that has more survivability, more utility, etc. As for me right now, I'm dug in. I want to kill this gank with this build, and I have to put all of my faith into this purple here. And I just have to reveal myself to him, sort of broadcast my existence here, show that I have a bow, and maybe that will give him an idea of how to approach these people. Maybe he's already disgusted with my existence. He's like, I have to deal with this guy? And right here in this hallway is exactly what I want in order to deal with these guys. But keep in mind, I haven't fired my first shot yet. I still relatively have the element of surprise. They don't know to look out for someone with a Greatbow. All four of them are here. Thrall dude on the left. We have the white to the right. We have the gold dead center. And then we have the dude, the target. The purple doing the best he can to set up this specific situation. And all I needed to do was loose the arrow. This dude leveled his vigor. That wasn't even half of his health. Holy shit. There's only one thing that I can do, and that's to back up and maybe potentially take another shot. But now, the host doesn't do the smart thing. He doesn't back off and heal. He sees me, and what does he do? He starts chasing me down with a four-pronged plow. Here he comes again. He's right on me. He's about to do the weapon art, the charge. That has multiple hitboxes on it. All he needs is one, and I'm basically dead. Here he goes. This dude thought he was about to wreck our dreams today. Let's wreck his. And there you have it. There you have it. GG's to the purple, and easy to that gank. Easy. Easy. But as for the rest of y'all, I hope you have a happy New Year's. Don't forget about the people that made this year special for you, and tell them you love and you care about them. I'll see y'all in the next one, and trust me, you'll see me real soon. Take care of yourselves now. And remember,